After what was a remarkable Melbourne Cup day, attention now turns to the third day of the Melbourne Cup Carnival, Kennedy Oaks Day. Stay tuned for my preview of the feature race right here on Bevo B5 Productions. Hello racing fans, welcome to my preview of the 2017 Kennedy Oaks, the race for 3-year-old fillies. In this preview I'll go through the chances in some depth, the whole field and odds, the speed map, my tips and my Ruffy. So let's get straight into it. Aloisia is a strong favourite, and rightly so, winning its last two races, which includes the Group 1 1000 guineas over 1600 metres at Caulfield and the Vars over 2040 metres at Moonee Valley, where it stepped up to the trip beautifully and won by 3.5 lengths. The horse has won 1 from 1 at Flemington, and Luke Nolan has won 2 from 2 on the horse. Luvaluva won the Wakeful Stakes last start over the 2000 metre distance at Flemington on Derby Day. Came 6th 3 starts back in the Group 1 Flight Stakes. The horse has won 1 from 1 at Flemington, and Blake Shin has won 1 from 1 on the horse. Bring Me Roses was in good form until its 12th place in the Wakeful Stakes, where it over-raced badly. Won the Manifold over 1600 metres at Flemington 2 starts back with Luke Curry on board. He comes back on for this race. Pinot is a Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott trained horse that has been in exceptional form. It has finished in the top 2 in its last 4 starts, and it has won its last 2 starts, including the Ethereal Stakes over 2,000 metres at Caulfield last start, where it led most of the way. It is undefeated on a good track and has won at Flemington. Rimraam has finished in the top 3 in all of its 7 starts. Came second in the Ethereal Stakes 2 starts ago, and then third in the Wakeful Stakes, both over the 2,000 metre trip. Hiyaam came third in the Ethereal Stakes last start, and then fourth in the Wakeful Stakes. Should like the extra distance with Michael D on board. Reliable Dane came 4th in the Geelong Classic over 2,200 metres last start. First time at Flemington, and has only won 1 out of its 6 races. Time now to have a look at the full field and the odds for the Group 1 Kennedy Oaks over the 2,500 metre trip. It is race 8 on Oaks Day agenda. Of course being ran on Thursday the 9th of November, 5 p.m. at Flemington. You can watch all the action on 7racing.com and Sky Racing 1 as per usual. Aloisia is the favourite, strong favourite at $1.70. Yankee Rose was at a similar price last year but failed to win the Oaks. I reckon if there's an upset, then I reckon Pinot is the one to do it, backed by the punters at $7. Luvaluva is at $8. Rimraam is way out to $18. Just a $10 difference between Luvaluva and Rimraam. Their Reliable Dame is at $19. Bring Me Roses is at $26, as well as Hiyaam at $91. We have Sweet Mischief. 4 Koalas is at $126. At a whopping $201, we have Lucky Louie. Circulite is at $201 also. And then Miss Admiration is backed by the punters at a whopping $401. Time now to have a look at the speed map. No surprise that Pinot will be leading the charge early. And I have a little bit of a funny feeling that it might be able to possibly do what the Squessy Spirit did last year. If any horse was to do that, this one is probably the one. It has led all the way in some of its races and has been able to hold on, but I wouldn't doubt that Aloisia will catch it, I would say. Rimraam, of course, on the outside there will be up there, as well as Hiyaam in the early stages of the race. You've got at the back there Reliable Dame and also Miss Admiration on the inside. So that is the speed map. It's been predicted that Pinot will lead early, and I reckon that is a fair assessment of how the race is going to pan out. Time now for my tips for the Group 1 Kennedy Oaks, and I'm putting Aloisia on top, the favourite. No surprise, I would have thought. In fact, I'm sure that a lot of people, most people, will be putting Aloisia on top. This horse has just been in exceptional form, and I didn't back it in the 1,000 guineas, well, it proved me wrong. Got up at $14 odds. I didn't back it in its last race, the Vars, but it proved me wrong again and won by 3.5 lengths. This horse is a very good horse, a very good 3-year-old filly. It's won its last 2 races. I guess the only thing that I'm a bit concerned about is if it does what Yankee Rose did last year in the Oaks in 2016, and that was going to the race. Strong favourite. Everyone expected it to win, but it flopped, and I think it ended up coming last, or it came somewhere in the back of the field, which was quite incredible. But I don't think this will happen to Aloisia. I think it will be there in the right position going down the straight, and it should be able to catch Pinot, who is my second place horse. It's the horse that I've got at second place. Really like this horse's form. In fact, I was kind of assessing whether it could beat Aloisia, and I reckon it possibly could, but I don't think it will. It'll come second for me and get caught by Aloisia, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pinot leads for most of the way. In its last 4 starts, it's finished in the top 2. Its last 2 it has won, and it, of course, won the Ethereal over 2,000 metres last start. It is a Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott trained horse, which means it should do well. It should finish in the top 3. I'm putting it second. Really love its form. Would like to see it give Aloisia a bit of a challenge, and I think it might just do that, but I think Aloisia will beat it. I've put on top for third Rimraam, who I think is in exceptional form. Has finished in the top 3 in all of its 7 starts, and that's enough for me to put it inside the top 3. So I'm putting Rimraam there in third, and then fourth I have Lover, who won the Wakeful Stakes last start over the 2,000 metre journey at Flemington on Derby Day. I guess the only query is whether it can back up from the short turnaround. Derby Day, of course, being on Saturday. And, of course, this horse also ran in the Group 1 Flight Stakes and didn't do too bad. Was a bit behind the winner, but I guess didn't do too bad, and then didn't do too bad in its next 2 races. So, of course, Blake Shin on board. I think Lover will do well. It will finish inside the top 4, and I'm putting it in 4th place. So that is my tips. Let's hope I go a bit better with the tips in this race than opposed to Melbourne Cup Day, which was just shocking. My tipping for Melbourne Cup Day. None of my horses that I tipped inside the top 4 didn't actually finish in the top 4. So let's hope I do a bit better in the tipping. Hopefully. Time now for my Ruffy of the race, and it was really out of 2 horses for me. Hiyaam was very impressive, and I think it could do some damage at the odds that it is at. But I'm prepared to give Bring Me Roses another chance after its 12th place in the Wakeful. So that is my Ruffy for the Group 1 Kennedy Oaks. This horse just over-raced badly in the Wakeful, and that is why it was so far back. It actually went into the race favourite. So it was a $4.80 favourite, and it ended up coming 12th. But before that, it had Ripper form, winning the Manifold, and placing in its 3 races before the Manifold. So I'm prepared to give it another chance. I like that Luke Curry is back aboard, who actually took this horse to that Manifold win. Like I said, prepared to forgive it and prepared to give it another shot. And I think at the odds it is at, which checking the odds that it's at $26, which is very, very good odds for a horse that was favourite the week before. If it doesn't over-race, and if the gear change works, of course, blinkers off for the first time, then I think this horse is a show to get up or finish in the top 3. So that is my Ruffy. Bring Me Roses is my Ruffy for the Kennedy Oaks. Time now to have a look at the rest of the racing program on Kennedy Oaks Day. It is a good day, this one. Of course, the third day of the Melbourne Cup Carnival. It features 2 listed races, 2 Group 3 races. Of course, the Group 1 Kennedy Oaks is the feature of the day. The Melbourne Cup Carnival Country Final will be exciting as well over the mile with a pretty big field in that race. So it is Ladies' Day. It is going to be an exceptional day. Cannot wait for it. And, of course, the first race kicks off at 12:15 p.m. with the Drinkwise plate over the 1,700 metres. Cannot wait. And that is it for my preview of the 2017 Kennedy Oaks. The field of 12 will be released from the barrier at 5 p.m. Cannot wait for it. If you want to hear more of my tips from Oaks Day, then make sure you stay tuned to my Twitter on race day at twitter.com/BevoB5. All my tips will be there before every race. So, that's the place to go if you want to hear more of my tips from Oaks Day. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe as well to this channel, because I'm going to be doing a Stakes Day preview to wrap up the Melbourne Cup Carnival. I've got some other content coming soon as well. It's great to be back doing videos again on this channel, so make sure you subscribe because there is plenty of content to come on this channel, including some more horse racing content over the summer, so make sure you stay tuned. And also check out the Bev Show, my weekly live stream that goes live every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings time over at facebook.com/thebevshow. It is where I talk about all the sports that I love and anything else that I love as well. You can ask comments for me to answer. You can send in Snapchats. It's a lot of fun, this show, and it's more a people show than an actual show about me, but it is a bit about me because that's why it's called The Bev Show. So make sure you go check that out. I'll be back for another preview of from the Melbourne Cup Carnival. Stakes Day, of course. Cannot wait for that. Until next time, I'm Bev, and hope you're back a winner on Oaks Day. Bye for now.